Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start saying all praise and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, and Bahashem, Rakakadash. Alright, double honor to our apostle, Elsbury Millstone. Salutation to you, hopeful elect out there teaching the word of truth for sincerity. Alright, I'm the brother Amar from the GMS Cleveland camp. Come back at you with another video. And, real quick, I just want to get into some, some precepts, alright, showing you, that Esau is that he's definitely not God's chosen people, right? And matter of fact, I'm probably just gonna make this a part, a part two series, all right? Because I wanted to go into this. I actually want to go into this book as well, so I'm just probably saying this for part two, all right? But you know what I mean? I just want to, like I said, I'm gonna just get into some presets, man. Let me get this one, John. No, I'm gonna go to Romans first. No, I'm gonna go to Psalms. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 50. All right, verse go over. Book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. It says, "But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee," man. All right, and see, the Lord's pretty much like, look, man, what do you got to do with proclaiming you my people and proclaiming the scriptures and call yourself reading out the Bible and all that, man. All right, because these Edomites, a lot of these Edomites, they pride themselves on being God fearing and being wholesome, good people, man. All right. But in all actuality, the devil, man. That's why the Lord said, "What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, man?" You know what I mean? Seeing you cast it behind you, man. Because here it is. Esau literally have this manual, if you will, this Bible, all right, which is pretty much the word Bible comes from the word biblios, which means composition of books, all right. And Esau, he doesn't abide by these books, man. All right, which those books is talking about, like, Ezekiel, Daniel, and then like it's compacted in one whole book. All right, which the scriptures call it the little book. But Esau doesn't abide by these rules, because in this book, the Bible, you have a set of rules, man, that Esau does not enforce, man. All right, because he have it. That's why scriptures say, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness." All right, he have and then it say, "In the land of uprightness he shall dwell. He shall pretty much do wickedly." He have this Bible and he has the power to enforce this, but he won't do it, man. He has literally the power and ability to make everybody follow this Bible, but he won't do it, man, because he's not the Lord's chosen people, man. All right, let me see. Verse 18. "When thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth mischief," man. All right. It says, yeah, man. It says you give your mouth to you give your mouth to evil, and your frame of mischief, man. Like I said, it's like you got the power to turn this world around, but you won't do it, man. And like I said, Lord willing, I'm gonna go into this book on the part two probably of this, man. But like I said, just go into some scriptures that I know for a fact you not God's chosen people, man, because of these scriptures right here. Let me get that in one in First John. I'm gonna go to Romans first real quick. It's the book of Romans, all right. Where's that at? Romans chapter lucky, yeah. What's it, 8 and I think it's 8:14. Here we go. Romans chapter 8 verse 14. It says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh," man. All right, so it said, "As many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh." Esau, you not led by the Spirit of God, man. Your whole actions and how you operate, how you even think, all right, is by the mindset of Satan, man. You not led by the Spirit, all right. Like I said, everything you do is led by the spiritual demon Satan, man. Whereas us, on the other hand, we're actually led by the Spirit, all right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why even the things that Jake do, all right, if they not even aware of their heritage, they still doing. Why? Because they led by the Spirit. And I'm gonna get this, man. This is Romans 2 verse 14. I'll start from 14, man. It says, "For when the Gentiles, which these Gentiles are talking about, Israelite foreigners, all right, because you got the Hellenists and you got the Hellenistas, all right. These Gentiles right here are Israelites, all right, that lost their way, if you will, all right, and they just needed to be woke up, so to speak, to who they really are, because you had the Hellenistic period, which dealt with Greeks, all right, which are Edomites, pushing their Greekish way, all right, or their customs on Israelites, man. All right, so you might have had an Israelite that might have been born in Judea or Israel at that time, and he might have, got captured or whatever the case is, and or fled, and then he ended up in another land, and then he might have had a kid, and then they killed parents off, or they take the parents to another land, and the kid grows up thinking he's a Greek, man, all right, or thinking he's a Canaanite or wherever he's at, man. That stuff happens, man. And like I said, all you gotta do is just look up the Hellenistic period, man. All right, and like I said, in particular, that deals with the Greeks. Like so going back to the point in Romans 2:14, it say, "For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law," as for example, to break that down and say they don't have the law, but they do by nature the things contained in the law. Meaning you might you have an Israelite that probably never read the scriptures a day in their life, but yet they still do things that pertain in the scriptures. Give you a quick example. All right, growing up, brothers wasn't too fond of the scripture. Some brothers was, but most of us wasn't. Our parents knew when they say you had a barbecue or something like that, or grilling, and you got them pink patties on the steak on the grill. All right, our parents knew to keep the meat pretty much to cook the meat well done. All right, they knew that in a spirit. Why? Because they led by the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, and they will be considered Gentiles, but they're actual Israelites. They'd be considered Gentiles because they didn't know who they were. They didn't know their heritage, man. It was in a Gentile state of mind. All right, and it says these things have a law within themselves. That's why it says the Gentiles. But I'm gonna bring it back. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, meaning they didn't understand the scriptures, they didn't know the scriptures, they didn't know what that law said, they didn't know what this law say. It says, "Do by nature the things contained in the law." Just gave an example. All right, because what's one of the scriptures of what's one of the precepts or the laws of the Bible when it comes to eating, like dietary law. It says you're not supposed to eat anything with the blood. All right, with the blood or the fat. All right, and that's in the scriptures. And we growing up, we probably never heard that law. All right, or probably never seen that scripture, but yeah, we knew. And I'm gonna get it. Leviticus 3:17. "It shall be a perpetual statute for your generation throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood." And that's a prime example of that Romans the second chapter verse 14. It says going back, it says, "These having not the law are a law unto themselves," man. Meaning they led by the Spirit, man. And that goes back to this, man. Romans 8:14. It says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of God." So that's how we know we the sons of God, man. And then I'm going to go to verse 16. "The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God," man. So it's a well-known fact that we the children of God, especially nowadays, because we do the things pertaining in the scriptures sometimes without even knowing, man. All right, especially before we woke up, man. All right, or Jake, that's another. I ain't gonna use that example, but yeah, man, you get the point, man. All right, you get the point, man. All right, I can finish that out. Romans. So like I said, just going back to my topic. That's how we know that y'all not the children of Israel. Y'all not led by the Spirit of God. Y'all the spiritual. Y'all the physical counterparts of the spiritual demon Satan, man. I'm talking about you Edomites, man. Like I said, this book right here, this one is the dagger. It exposes y'all, man. And Lord willing, like I said, I get into that part 2. Um, it says Romans 2:15. It says, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, meaning their minds, their labium. It says their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the mean, while accusing or else excusing one another. You know what I mean? So there you go. There you go, man. You know what I mean? It shows in their spirit, man, that they're the children of God, man, because they do the things that pertain to the scriptures. They're linked with the Bible, man. All right, and I'm gonna get this last one approved, man. And I can also get the Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, but I'll say that probably. But I'm gonna get this one. First John chapter 2, verse 29. If ye know that he is righteous, ye know that everyone that doeth righteousness is born of him. So who's everyone to do with righteousness, man? If it, like, in other words, how do we know? We know that you're not this chosen people, is Esau, or you Edomites, because you're not born of Yahweh. And what is being born of Yahweh? Doing righteousness, man. And yes, you got some of our people that are wicked, that are evil, that are bad, but that's not by design. That's not their natural state of being, man. That's not who they are. The scriptures say the righteous, the way of the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces him, man. So we know that we born of Yahweh because we Israel is actually righteous, man. We're upright in spirit, man. All right. Whereas you Edomites, you're not. So I'm gonna bring that back. 1 John 2:29. If you know that he is righteous, you know that everyone that doeth righteousness is born of him. And like I said, that go all the way back to your forefather Cain, bro. You know, you ain't born of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, nor are you led by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. With that, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Karkadash. Double honors to our apostle Ezra, minister and salutation to you, hopeful elect. Shalom.